Hey guys, so in this video I kind of wanted to talk to you guys about collecting and my collections and why I collect and kind of what it feels like to be a collector, I guess. Um, Basically, I have two things that I collect right now. The first is manga, which are Japanese comic books. They read um, right to left instead of left to right, and I have a lot of them, you guys. I have a lot of them. Let me see if I can just show you one. That shelf right there, that is one of the, that's my cat cleaning herself. That is one of the many shelves I have full of manga. I've been collecting manga probably for about 7 years now. Well, let me count here. Like 10 years. So, for like 10 years now. Um, I got into it in like middle school because I thought it was really cool that there were these books that had pictures and like action scenes and they were like the cartoons on TV, and I thought, "Oh my god, these are so cool." And I watched these shows and oh, these characters, I love their big eyes and their cool hair and their awesome catchphrases and all that stuff. So I really got into it, and the first manga slash anime that I really ever got into was Inuyasha, which is 90s kids. Woo! It was a big show in the 90s, so a lot of 90 kids probably remember that show. But and 80s, it was big in the 80s too. Don't get me wrong, it was big in the 80s too. But no, it came out in 1991. So regardless, it would have been big in the 90s, not the 80s. 80s kids probably watched it as well as 90s kids, but I think 1991 was when they first showed Inuyasha on TV, or when it first came out in manga. Don't quote me on that, I don't quite know, but I know it was like in the 90s that it started serializing. And Rumiko Takahashi is awesome. It's so cool that a girl, uh, manga artist slash anime artist, um, got really popular because there aren't a lot of female action manga writers. They're usually males that write um, shoujo or shonen. No, yeah, shonen. They're usually males that write shonen, which is actiony, and women that write shoujo, which is like girly and about like romance and stuff. And so that was my first manga that I started with, and that um, grew from there to a lot of manga. I think currently I have almost, if not more than 700 manga right now, and it's a problem. I don't have any more room in my room for books, and it's getting to the point where I'm like, can I hide these here? And like annoying other people in my household, so that's kind of fun. Um, but yeah, I'm not ever gonna stop collecting that. So, not anytime soon anyway. I'm gonna grow up and have them for life, and I have a lot of actual manga that I'm pretty proud of because they're no longer in print. I have a lot of the original prints, and so it's really cool to have those. They're not worth anything really, but it's cool to know that I have those. Like, yeah, I have the first print of, um, but it's cool to have them. And a second thing that I collect, which is just a recent collection starting, because I have been really embarrassed to start collecting these things, and it's been like, do I let myself collect them and be happy and surround myself with things I like, or do I not? Because people are gonna make fun of me and think I'm weird. But the second thing that I collect are dolls. Specifically, right now, I've been collecting a lot of pull up dolls. I have 6 now, and I started collecting them like 4 months ago. So that's telling you that that's a lot. They're like almost $200 a pop. So, I mean, it's a lot for starting not too long ago. And I'm starting to collect other dolls too. Let's just be honest here. Really like Lala Loopsy dolls, which you probably saw on the wall. I think they're cute. They remind me of Coraline, and I really loved Coraline. And they kind of also remind me of Tim Burton's art style and like the things that he draws and writes about, because Tim Burton is one of my favorite writers, and I love dark, creepy things. And I think those guys with their like, they're not creepy necessarily, but with their big button eyes and stuff, they remind me of Coraline, and Coraline I thought was kind of creepy. The sense that, come live with us. Like, that doll mom was creepy, okay? She was. And, so I think they're really cool. I used to have a bunch of My Little Pony dolls. I had all the original Equestria Girl dolls, like the very first ones that came out that I had, and I gave all those to my niece, just because, like, My Little Pony got so big, like, so fast, that I was like, there's no way I'm ever going to be able to collect all of these. Now, I'm the type of person, when I collect things, I collect in bulk. So when I started collection, I'm like, I'm not going to buy just one thing. I'm not going to buy just two things. I'm going to buy hundreds of things. I want them to surround me like a dragon. I have my hoard, and I want it here where I can look at it every day and go, my precious. So I just don't want to start spending a ton of money on that already when I have manga collection, which is a good chunk of money, and then the pull-ups now are taking a good chunk of money. And I really want to get a BJD doll. BJ doll. I don't know why I said D. A ball jointed doll, basically. I have one. She's a AI doll from Groove, which is the same company that makes pull-up dolls. And I got her Tuesday morning, and she's cool, and I love her, but she's only like that big. And I want like one of the bigger ones. I want like at least a 1/3 scale doll. I think that would be awesome to have, and you could take really cool pictures. But the reason it took me so long to get into those was because, like, when you tell people, oh yeah, I collect pull-up dolls, like, they're gonna think you're weird. They're gonna be like, that chick is nuts. And so sorry, I got like something in my throat. So I put off on getting that stuff for a really long time, because I was like, I get made fun of enough because of my anxiety and like other weird things about me. I don't really need that on top of it all, so I'm gonna pass. But then, at an anime convention that we were at, in the dealer room, there were these two dealers that were selling pull-up dolls, and they had like a huge thing of pull-up dolls. They had a lot of type 2 and type 3 bodies. So they had a lot of older dolls. Well, type 3 is not really that old, but type 2 is kind of old. And so they had a lot of those dolls, and I like kept going back every day, like multiple times a day, to that stand and just staring at them. Finally, my friends were like, why don't you buy one? And I was like, 'cause it's weird. And they're like, whatever, no it's not. You want to buy that stuff, whatever, as long as it's not crack cocaine, go for it, girl. And so I was like, no. I just kept saying no. And so I ended up leaving without one. And I got home. And after I finished paying off, like, bills and stuff, and, like, getting back the money that I had taken out to go on the trip, I decided, you know what? Fuck what other people are gonna think, and fuck weird. And you know what? Don't even care. I'm gonna get one, because you know what? I like them. I think they're cute, and I can spend my money on whatever I want. I'm a grown-ass adult. So I bought my first doll, and it was Bami Tome, which is a character from the anime show Madoka Magica, which if you haven't seen it, go watch it right now. It starts off in Boys 2. It starts off all cute, and you're thinking, oh, this is going to be just like Sailor Moon. All these magical girls, they're so cute, they're fighting evil. Shit gets real. Shit gets real real fast in that anime. And you're going to cry. You're going to cry at least once. And I don't care if you're a boy, you're going to cry at least once, and it's going to be sad. And you'll get over it, but, you know, it's a sad anime. You think it's gonna be happy because they're magical girls, but it's not. It's misleading. Even my boyfriend liked that anime, and he hates, like, girly shit. He hates Sailor Moon and, like, girly stuff, and he loved that anime. So, if you are an action-y fan and you like more, like, grotesque and, like, dark anime, you'd like it. I promise you. But yeah, so those are my two collections, and basically it's chaos for a collector. If you are a collector, you know what I'm talking about. Your life is chaos. You are surrounded by things that you do not have room for, and you are constantly looking for more things even though you do not have room for them. And it is utter chaos. But, you know, it's okay. It's an okay chaos. It's a good kind of chaos. As long as you don't get to, like, the hoarder stage, I think you're fine. As long as you're not collecting literally everything in life, I think you're good. If you stick to, like, 2, 3, pushing it with 4, like, things that you collect, I think you'll be alright in life. And I honestly think everyone should have something that they collect, be it NASCAR figurines, sports cards, Pokemon cards, video games, romance novels, I don't know, what have you. I think everybody should have one thing that they're just really so passionate about that they fill up a room with it, basically, and it's something to be proud of to have. Like, not so much with my doll collection. I kind of try to keep that one under the radar with people. A lot of people at work know I have them, and they make fun of me all the time, but in a good way, not in like a, oh my god, you're psycho kind of way, which is good, because I promise I'm not. Please don't hate me. Please don't hate me. I just like dolls. I'm sorry. But, my manga collection is something I'm really proud of, and I love when people come over and they're like, oh my god, look at all those mangas that girl has. Holy shit. I'm like, yeah, I do. You know how much money I spent on all this? You don't want to know how much money I spent on all this. But I have it, and it's here, and it's mine, and I'm glad you're impressed, because that's what it's there for. So, that's kind of what it's like for me, having a collection. I'm just like, look at my collection! It's amazing! Be impressed! And, yeah, that's kind of how I am. And kind of what it's like being a doll collector, too, a little bit. It's kind of hard. I know a lot of people are like, it's really tough. And I know I am a member of a lot of groups on Facebook for it, and a lot of them have, like, issues with their family not being okay with it and calling them mean names and, like, trying to get rid of their dolls, and, like, significant others not being cool with it. And I'm blessed to have a mom that thinks they're absolutely adorable, and a boyfriend who could care less as long as I'm not, like, putting them next to him in the middle of the night to stare at him while he sleeps at night. He's okay with it. So it's good that I have that kind of support, and I wish other people out there did have that kind of support, because, I mean, there are people all over the world that collect stuff. There are people that collect toys, like any type of toy. There are people that collect stamps. There are people that collect coins. There are people that collect all sorts of things. It's no different. Yeah, it's a little weird because, like, okay, for me, the pull-up dolls aren't weird because those are, like, hundreds of dollars, and you are not going to let a little 3-year-old play with that. I would, like, cry myself to sleep at night if my, like, 4-year-old niece came over and was like, yeah, and, like, broke them apart. That would just be a terrible waste of money. But there are people that, like, spend hundreds of dollars on, like, American Girl dolls and stuff like that, and I don't think it's weird. I don't know. I don't sit there and play with my dolls. They are on a shelf for display purposes. They're, to me, they're like these little action figures that I can dress up and pose and do cool things with. And I can change their hair and their eye color and their makeup whenever I want. And I think that is so cool. So that's what they are to me. They're like little mini action figures that I can make cosplay and do all sorts of fun things with. And they have really cute outfits that I wish were like my size and I was skinny like them so I could wear it. That's how I view it. I don't know. But anyway, that's all I have for you guys today. Thanks. Bye.